Lionel Messi's free transfer to PSG blew up the transfer market. The switch made by the main Ballon d'Or contender became a landmark event in football history. In this video, we will talk about how free transfers impacted other superstars' careers. What club has Raul Gonzalez joined back in 2007 when he left Real Madrid as a free agent? James Milner. From Man City to Liverpool, 2015. Milner isn't the most iconic Premier League player, nor does he often surprise the fans with superb performances. Hence, back in 2015, City let James join Liverpool as a free agent without hesitation. He was 29 then, and his career seemed to go down, so the wage cut at his new club seemed logical. Quite surprisingly, Milner has found himself in a place where people actually believed in him. Liverpool have landed a versatile hard worker who became the captain and equaled the record for most assists in a single Champions League season. Apart from that, Milner is a great motivator. Here's what Jurgen Klopp says. One of the best examples in this is how he was on the morning of the Barcelona game at Anfield when he arrived at Melwood. As soon as he walked through the door, he was pushing everyone around him and motivating them. Maybe my pre-match speeches are not bad, but without Millie, they wouldn't work. Dani Alves. From Barcelona to Juventus, 2016. One of the best fullbacks in history was crucial for Guardiola's Barcelona, as it was Alves who helped Messi reach another level. But by 2016, the club was already a mess. As a result, Alves joined Juventus on a free transfer after being released by the Catalans. The Brazilian became a first squad player and remained world-class for years. Later on, he moved to PSG to become a first-choice player as well. In fact, Alves could still be useful for Barca. It's been 5 years since he left, and the Blaugrana are yet to find a solution for the right-back position. Dani's departure was the first sign of the end of a glorious era for Barcelona. I didn't believe in the directors who were there at the moment. Later, I was proven right. I'm the first person to say it. They call me crazy, but as always, I'm a good crazy. Zlatan Ibrahimovic. From PSG to Man United, 2016. It goes without saying that Zlatan transformed PSG into a top club by breaking records for several consecutive years. It took the Swede 4 seasons to become PSG's all-time top scorer. However, at the age of 34, he decided to leave. The reason was quite strange for a player of his age, but understandable given his ambitions. I came here with a dream to win the Champions League, but my dreams didn't materialize. Maybe I did something wrong. But should I worry and do nothing? It's not me. I have to keep going and create something of my own, something new in football. This was Zlatan's farewell. Soon he joined Manchester United and could have probably gone down in Premier League history books. But Zlatan missed almost a year through the ACL injury. Nevertheless, Zlatan was very useful for Man United when he was fit. And even today, when he's almost 40, he keeps proving his sustainability. Esteban Cambiasso. From Real Madrid to Inter Milan, 2004. In fact, Cambiasso could have appeared twice in this video. In 2014, Inter Milan released him for the second time. The Argentinian, who was 34 back then, moved to Leicester City to help them avoid relegation from the Premier League, and has been named the player of the season. Remarkably, Cambiasso left Leicester at the worst possible moment, a year before the surprising title win. But his move from Real to Inter in 2005 was even more controversial. Cambiasso was crucial for the Jose Mourinho-led side, who won the Champions League, 5 Scudetto titles and Coppa Italia 4 times. It turned out that Madrid lost a midfielder not as famous as the rest of the Galacticos midfield, but capable of bringing the balance. The same was the reason Claude Makélélé left Madrid very soon. Eventually, Los Blancos started to give away the La Liga title to Barca, and exiting Champions League in the round of 16 year after year. It took Real quite a while to find Casemiro, their only player of such caliber in recent years. Michael Ballack, from Bayern Munich to Chelsea, 2006. Ballack was the embodiment of German football in the early 2000s. At that moment, the golden generations of Sammer and Beckenbauer were the echo of vanished past, while the future 2014 world champions were going to school. Although these were bad times for German football, Ballack's Bayer Leverkusen reached the Champions League final that saw Zidane score an iconic winner. Ballack joined Bayern to win all the domestic titles, but still struggled to get international recognition. Also, he thought he couldn't realize his potential playing 4-4-2. The midfielder got all out and ended up at Chelsea to guide the Blues to 2 titles. However, he failed to win the Champions League again, as in 2008 final Chelsea lost on penalties to Man United. Next year, they exited the tournament at the semi-final stage after overall horrific officiating. Luis Suarez, from Barcelona to Atletico, 2020. There is no logical explanation behind Barcelona's transfer policy in recent years. Last summer, they shot themselves in the foot. Luis Suarez's departure helped them to reduce the wage bill, but the sports losses outweighed the financial benefits. Messi's best friend was no longer his teammate, and the club never found a decent replacement for the Uruguayan. Suarez joined Atletico and proved his worth by scoring 21 goals in the La Liga winning season. But still, he couldn't hide his disappointment of not being wanted by Barca. I think they wanted to remove me from Messi's side. Maybe it annoyed them that I had a good relationship with Leo. Perhaps they didn't want him to be with me so much. I can't find any reason to think that would damage the team though. Andrea Pirlo, from AC Milan to Juventus, 2011. Releasing a living legend, Pirlo was a blatant crime committed by the AC Milan board. Allegri reportedly thought that Andrea wouldn't fit into his new formation. Here's how Andrea recalls that incident. AC Milan offered me a 1-year contract, and I wanted a 3-year deal as I was younger than other experienced players. But the real reason was that Allegri wanted to use Ambrosini and Van Bommel in front of the defense, which that I had to change position. So I said no, thank you. So I said no thanks to Milan and chose Juve. Milan decided that I was no longer useful to them. AC Milan's decision seemed absurd to everyone. Here's what Buffon says about that move. When he told me that he was joining us, the first thing I thought was, God exists. A player of his level and ability, I think it was the signing of the century. At Juventus, Pirlo became a key midfielder dictating all the play. He helped the club to sustain a hegemony in Italy and bring European success back to Turin. Interestingly, Pirlo and Allegri reunited in 2014 to win Serie A title. Sergio Ramos, from Real Madrid to PSG, 2021. This summer, PSG had a very successful transfer campaign that saw Ramos, Wijnaldum, Donnarumma and Messi join as free agents. Ramos is one of the most popular European players, so he could be useful at least media-wise. But it's still unclear whether Pochettino will dare to break up the duo of Marquinhos-Kimpembe. And we're still yet to understand why did PSG release Thiago Silva, who was the same age as Ramos. Also, rumor has it that the teammates consider Ramos to be arrogant. Anyway, it's a thrilling story which is very interesting to follow. Apparently, Ramos has become yet another real legend who didn't get the proper farewell, but that's nothing new. Robert Lewandowski, from Borussia Dortmund to Bayern, 2014. Borussia just fell victim to Bayern's policy of snatching key players from their Bundesliga rivals. Lewandowski was no exception. Borussia tried to oppose a transfer as hard as they could. In 2013, Borussia refused to sell Robert to Bayern, but the Pole was desperate to leave, so he didn't extend his deal and left as a free agent. The Dortmund fans still haven't forgiven Lewandowski betrayal. And you all know better what kind of player Robert has become in Bayern and how many records he's broken. Lionel Messi, from Barcelona to PSG, 2021. The signing of Messi was one of the biggest transfer achievements in PSG's history. This deal went to history not only because of Leo's status, but also due to the fact that both Barca and Messi didn't want to part ways, yet failed to do so because of outside pressure. Messi's departure is a tragedy for Barcelona, who've been falling apart for a few years now. But for Leo, it's a chance to win another Champions League trophy and to prove to be the best player of all times. Let us know in the comments below who else could be on this list and who we may have forgotten about. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel. See you!
Let's live it up.